Hi everyone, this is Mr. Bowman and I am out today, so you're going to have to watch this video and then work on some of the homework problems. So here's the plan for the week. We are going to spend the week talking about calculus topics, and those calculus topics specifically are limits, because if you are taking a calculus class, that is going to be what you're going to start the class with. So similar to last week, you've got a homework assignment called Calculus Topics. It will be due at 1 p.m. on Friday, and it will count as a quiz, similar to the last 3 quizzes in terms of points, so 20 to 25 points. I have turned off all the help on the homework, but I'm going to give you an unlimited number of attempts. And what I'm going to do for notes is I'm going to pick out some of the problems from your assignment and do them. Now, that being said, I'm going to have different numbers than yours, but the actual problems are going to be very similar. So I'd like to start with picking out 4 problems to do. The first one we're going to do is problem number 1, and it's a problem that says find the indicated limits. Now there are lots of ways that you can approach finding limits. You can find them graphically, you can find them algebraically, you can find them numerically. But if you have a situation like this, before you do anything else, what you should do is you should always try substitution. Because if you can find the limit by substitution, you're done. So always try substitution first. Now, if you have a graph, obviously you're not going to use substitution, but if you're looking at it like this situation. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to try substituting in 3. So if we substitute 3 into that square root, we would have the square root of 5 times 3 minus 7, which would give us the square root of 14. Sorry, not the square root of 14, the square root of 8, which simplifies to 2 root 2, and that is our answer. So always try substitution first. Here's another example. This one specifically says find the limit by substitution. Usually you're not going to be told that, so we are going to try substituting in -1, 7 minus -1 to the 7/3 power. That would be equal to 8 to the 7/3 power. If you are doing this without a calculator, there's a smart way to do this. What I would do is take 8 to the 1/3 power and then raise that to the 7th. So the cube root of 8 is 2, so 2 to the 7th, and 2 to the 7th, if you have to, you can count that out, but it turns out to be 128, and so we know that limit by substitution. Now, there's a few problems in here that I'm going to skip, but you should try solving them. Number 4 is the next one that I'm going to do. And this one says, explain why substitution cannot be used to find the limit, and find the limit algebraically if it exists. So if you try substitution, if you plug -3 in, what you will see is that you will have division by 0, because -3 squared minus 9 is 0 in the denominator. So if substitution fails, the next thing you try and do is simplify algebraically. So one of the things that often happens is you have common factors that you can factor out and then cancel out. So this problem could be considered the following. X squared plus 8x plus 15 factors into x plus 3 times x plus 5. The denominator factors into x plus 3 times x minus 3. So you see that you can cancel out the x plus 3's. So this limit is algebraically equivalent to this limit, the limit as x approaches -3, of x plus 5 over x minus 3. Now we will try substitution again, and if we try substitution again, we get negative 3 plus 5 over negative 3 minus 3, which gives us 2 over negative 6, or negative 1/3. So, if you look down here, you'll see the solution is negative 1/3. So, if you try substitution and it does not work, try simplifying algebraically and try substitution again. Sometimes you might have to do that a couple of times before you're successful. And for the last problem that I'm going to do, I am going to try substitution. I plug in 4 and I see that 4 makes the denominator 0. So I notice that both the numerator and denominator are factorable. The numerator is a difference of cubes, x cubed minus 4 cubed. And you can Google that and see that that factors into x minus 4 times x squared plus 4x plus 4 squared, which is 16, all over x minus 4. We cancel out the x minus 4's, and algebraically this limit is equivalent to the limit as x approaches 4 of x squared plus 4x plus 16. And if you plug in x equal 4, you will get 16 plus 16 plus 16, which gives you 48. So you will see that that is the correct answer for problem number 5. So the two things we covered today is, first, try substitution. If substitution does not work, then try some algebra and try substitution again. The ones that we did were pretty straightforward. They will get more challenging than that. So what I would like you to do for homework is I would like you to go all the way to problem number 11 and stop there. So that will be your homework for today. The calculus topics homework 1 through 11 is what you should do for tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everybody.